Hey everybody, good morning. Today we are on talking about our Monday lunch and learn. And today, guys, I want to talk to you about how to get home buying ready, creating your plan, putting things in place that's going to help you so that once you feel that you are ready to move forward with the home buying process, the pre approval process, you can now go and speak with your loan officer, your realtor, and do everything that you're supposed to do. So, the reason why I made this a part of mindset, because for those of you who know you want to begin the home buying process and you know you are not ready, that means you may have a credit challenge, you may have a money challenge, you may just have a mindset challenge. You want to be able to create a plan. And when creating your plan to buy a home, the number one thing you have to be concerned with is how much time do you have? You guys got to understand everything is about timing. So, based on the time that you have, how much time do you have to get ready? You guys got to understand if you know your lease is expiring in 3 months or if your lease is expiring in a year, you have different time frames of what you need to do and how you need to do it in order to get ready. So what I always say, and a good way to measure how much time do you have, first you want to identify when does my lease expire? And 2 months before your lease expire is when you want to start the home buying process. I'm not saying 2 months before your lease expire, you want to start working on your credit or you want to make a decision you want to start saving. No, 2 months before your lease expire, you need to be getting a final review. A final review is one of the things that I do or I offer in the home buying club. That simply means you're coming to me with your folder. Your folder has all your documentation, you come in with your credit report, and what we do is we analyze and review everything so that when you go to the loan officer, you know you're ready and you're going to get pre-approved. Once you do that, now you're ready to go and talk to that loan officer. So again, if you know your lease expires, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say December. So if your lease expires in December, let's say December 30th, that means you want to start this process in October or the end of October. Okay. So that means between now and October, what are you going to be doing? But what I want you guys to think about here today is how much do you have in your bank account? What are your credit scores? How much time do you need to get everything in place? Because this is the one thing that I see a lot of first time home buyers really mess up on is, oh, I know I make enough money. Oh, I know I can afford a house. But what y'all don't understand is they're going to look at your debt to income. They're going to look at your credit. They're going to look at your credit scores. And if you are not where you need to be, guess what? You're going to get declined. And if you waited to the last minute, that's really going to be a problem, especially if you put in your notice to your landlord and say, oh, I want to move. And now you can't move because you don't have your life together. So this is why I want to talk about this today. So based on when your lease is going to expire, you want to be ready to move, to pull the trigger 2 months. So that means you don't rush yourself. You don't get stressed out. Because the one thing that I see so many buyers do, you wait to the very last minute and you are stressed out. Guys, I don't want you to be stressed out. That's why I do these videos. That's why I'm on here every day at 11:30 Central Standard Time, teaching you guys step by step of what you need to do if you want to become a homeowner. And it's not just about becoming a homeowner, it's about you becoming financially free. This is what I want y'all to understand. If you know you have a money problem, you got to look at your finances. You got to create a budget. You got to determine, okay, what is my debt to income? If you have a credit problem, what are my scores? What are my negative accounts? What do I need to clean up? And then once you get all that done, Now you can go into, okay, what loan programs do I have available? Okay, I need down payment assistance. What programs are available in my area, in my state, in my county, in my city? Starting probably, I would say within the next 2 weeks, guys, I am going to be doing my home buying class for free. I'm going to be posting it on YouTube where you guys can view the whole class for free. Now, I say the whole class, it's going to be a 5-part series because I did the class a few weeks ago and it was like 4 hours. So I decided I'm going to break it up into small bite sizes so that way you don't feel like it's overwhelming and it's a lot of information. It's going to be free. So that means you guys have no excuse why you cannot buy a home and start the process and do it in a way that you're going to be comfortable and you're going to be excited about it. Because I know a lot of you may be saying, "Oh, I don't have, the credit that I need. Oh, I don't have any money saved." Again, the course is going to walk you through everything. But until then, I am coming on here Monday through Friday, giving you guys bite-sized steps that you need to help you to at least start the process. So what I want you to leave here with today is this. If you know you want to buy a home, because again, everybody doesn't want to buy a home, but for those of you that do, this is what you want to do. When does my lease expire? She just said, I need to have at least 2 months before my lease expire, everything ready, everything in place so that I can pull the trigger. The next thing is, once you determine how much time you have, now what do I need to do? You need to create a plan. Your plan is between now and my 2 month window that I need to prepare for. What am I going to be doing? I am going to recommend that you guys make a list. You make a list of your budget, your credit, your debt, your savings. And what you're going to do is you're going to break all those down into small bite sizes that you can work on each and every week. So what does that look like? So that means if, let's say, for example, you have a credit problem, you have low credit scores, and you know that the minimum credit score you need is a 640. Yes, you can buy a home with a 580. Yes, you can buy a home with a 600. But why would you want to do that? And the reason I say why would you want to do that, because for those of you who are coming out of an apartment, for example, and you know your apartment is small, you're now trying to close on a house, or you want to buy a house that, maybe 2-story, maybe have 4 bedrooms, maybe have a living room, dining room, an extra bonus room, backyard, all this stuff. I'm not saying that you're going to close on your house and go buy a bunch of furniture and get in debt, but who's to say if you close on your house, let's say with a 700 credit score, and during the process, you've been able to get a credit card. And let's say that credit card has a $10,000 limit and a 0% interest. But during this process, you also learn how to pay off some debt. You also learn really how to consolidate your debt. So in respect of you paying, let's say you paying about $500 a month right now in all your expenses. But by the time you get ready to pull the trigger, because you learned something during this process, that $500 a month that you've been paying out is now like $275, $250. You got an extra $250 that you can play with. I'm not saying you go out and buy, I'm gonna just say $10,000 worth of furniture, and let's say now your monthly payment is $200 a month. You still saving $50. And it's dollar for dollar because guess what? You're buying it at 0% interest. But because you learned something in the program, you learn that I can get this paid off real quick. That's why I'm saying, don't just say, oh, I got a 640 credit score, or excuse me, not just saying I can go buy a house with a 580 credit score or a 600 credit score. Because if you got a 580 or 600, even a 640, who's to say you're going to get a credit card with a 0% interest? 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get a limit worth talking about. Because right now, those of you who sitting on credit cards with $500, $1,000 limit, that ain't no money. What you going to do with that? You can't do a whole lot with that. Okay. So, what I want you guys to understand is this: create your plan. And in creating your plan, again, I'm going to use credit. If you know you have a credit challenge, your plan needs to include, when do I need to have this credit up to par? How do I get my credit up to par? Who do I need to help me to get my credit up to par? And how much is it going to cost me? Because in most cases, I'm going to have to pay somebody if I don't know what I'm doing. So that means this is your plan. So with those 4 areas, now you want to break those areas down into bite-sized chunks. So that way, each and every week, you're doing something regarding your credit. Whether you're just looking at your credit report, whether you just updating some personal information, maybe you're working on some inquiries. Every week, though, you're doing something. The majority of the people that I know are watching my videos, really, majority of the people in the world, they have challenged credit. And that's why I am doing these videos, guys, to help you guys at least take the first step to do what you need to do to help yourself. Because if you understand the power of credit and what it would allow you to do if you are able to improve it, it would definitely change your entire life. So here's what I want y'all to understand. So get your notes, your top 4, 3. I'm gonna say no more than 5, okay? Because if you know your mindset, you know your money, you know your credit, okay? You know your savings, and you know your schedule or your timeline. Those 4 or 5 areas, break them down into who, what, when, and how, and now break them into small bite sizes. Get you a plan if you don't have one, and break them down into bite sizes. And now, guess what? Up until that 2 month prior to your lease expiring window, you're ready to go. You didn't wait till the last minute. You spreaded everything out. You did a little bit each week. In some cases, you can do a little bit each day. Y'all go to work 8 hours a day. I know you can give yourself at least 30 minutes a day when you come home. Yeah, you don't cook dinner and you don't take your bath and got calm, just relax, whatever. Give yourself 30 minutes a day to work on your situation. Some of y'all get discouraged because things are not happening fast enough. Some of y'all get discouraged because you feel like you don't have everything you need. But what y'all don't understand is this. The reason you don't have what you need because you don't have a plan. And in all honesty, you really do have a plan. You kind of got a plan to fail. Because you got to make you important. You got to work on you. You got to work on your situation. Far too often we look for things to be free. Far too often we look for things to just be given to us. And you got to ask yourself, how long have I been in this situation? Like real talk. How long have you been in your situation? Because if you've been in your situation, I'm just going to say a year. Why are you there? Are you scared? You didn't invest in yourself? And I'm not talking about investing with money. Remember, I just said, if you can give yourself 30 minutes a day, that's an investment. If you can give yourself 30 minutes a day, that is considered an investment because now that's your time. So again, why don't you have what you have? I just gave you a plan. I just want to now know how many of y'all going to do it. How many of you going to do it? Because again, everything that you want, everything that you need, you already have it, but you got to put the work in. We got to stop looking for people to just do stuff for us. You got to do stuff for you. If nobody invests in you, if you don't invest in you, how do you expect somebody else to invest in you? I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. Everybody want what they want because at the end of the day, y'all know we all selfish. We want what we want. We want everybody to cater to us. We want everybody to give us what we want. But do you actually deserve it? So take the plan of action, guys. Y'all go and break it down into bite-sized pieces. But remember, first, you need to identify how much time do you have. Because some of you will have 3 months, some of y'all will have 9 months. So that means if you have a short amount of time, that means you really got to step up your game. Okay. But that is going to be your first defense. Determine how much time you have. And now, based on the time that you have and what you need to work on, that's going to tell you what you need to do, how you need to do it. So that way you don't stress yourself out trying to do so much in one day. Okay. Because you don't want to do that. Take your time, guys. You buying a house. You want to buy a house. This should be the most enjoyable time of your life because you're doing something that most people will never get to do. And because you're doing it with the plan, you're now putting yourself in position to be able to get something that you can now start and use to help start building generational wealth for you and your family. So I hope this has been helpful to you guys. You guys have a great day. I'll see you guys on tomorrow where we'll be talking about budgeting, finances, and money. So, again, if you feel that you have too much debt, you are struggling financially, you just feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck, then tomorrow I got you covered. All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy your day. Bye bye.